What if I told you that one of the most elegant, fragrant, genuinely reliable flowers you could ever add to your garden is also one of the most beginner-friendly, coming back bigger and more abundant every single summer with remarkably little effort once you understand its actual needs? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to grow true lilies that bloom reliably every summer, and how to care for them so they return more spectacular each year. Before we go any further, I want to clear up a genuinely common point of confusion, because it trips up more beginners than almost anything else in this particular corner of gardening. True lilies, the genus Lilium, are grown from bulbs, and include Asiatic, Oriental, and trumpet varieties, tall dramatic flowers on a single upright stem. Daylilies, genus Hemerocallis, are an entirely different plant grown from fibrous roots rather than true bulbs, individual blooms lasting only a single day, despite the plant producing many buds in succession. Both are genuinely wonderful garden flowers. But their care needs differ meaningfully, and this guide focuses specifically on true lilies, the bulb-grown Lilium varieties, known for their height, fragrance, and genuinely spectacular summer blooms. Let's talk about which true lily varieties are genuinely most reliable for beginners across the United States. Asiatic lilies are widely considered the most forgiving starting point. They bloom earliest in the season, come in a genuinely wide range of vivid colors, and tolerate a broader range of growing conditions than some other types. Oriental lilies bloom slightly later in summer, and are genuinely prized for their intense, sweet fragrance and larger flower size, though they're somewhat more particular about soil drainage than Asiatics. Trumpet lilies offer genuinely dramatic height, often reaching 4 to 6 feet, along with a similarly powerful fragrance, making them a striking backdrop planting for beginners wanting genuine visual impact. All three types genuinely return reliably year after year across most of the country when planted and cared for correctly, making them excellent choices for anyone wanting dependable, low-maintenance color that improves with time rather than requiring annual replacement. Planting genuinely enhances a lily bed beyond simply the lilies themselves, and it's worth thinking through as you plan your layout. Low-growing perennials like catmint, salvia, or hardy geraniums, planted at the base of your lilies, genuinely serve the dual purpose discussed earlier, shading the root zone while the lily's flowering stem reaches up into full sun, while also filling in visually around what can otherwise be a fairly bare-looking lower stem on most lily varieties. Ornamental grasses planted nearby add textural contrast against a lily's smooth, strappy foliage, and their gentle movement in a breeze genuinely complements the more rigid, upright structure lilies bring to a bed, avoiding companion plants that would compete aggressively for the same well-draining soil and consistent moisture lilies genuinely need, particularly other plants with similarly demanding water requirements. Planted too closely helps ensure your lilies aren't fighting their neighbors for resources during their most critical growing period. Placement within your overall garden design genuinely matters too, given how dramatically tall and visually striking most true lily varieties become at full bloom. Positioning lilies toward the back or center of a mixed border, rather than along the very front edge, lets shorter companion plants soften the sometimes bare lower stems, while the dramatic blooms themselves rise above the rest of the bed for genuine visual impact. Planting lilies in generous clusters of 5 or more bulbs of the same variety, rather than scattering individual bulbs thinly across a large area, creates a considerably more impactful, cohesive block of color and fragrance than the same number of bulbs spread out individually would ever achieve. For gardeners specifically wanting to enjoy that powerful evening fragrance, many lily varieties are known for positioning your planting near a patio, deck, or frequently opened window, genuinely lets you experience the scent regularly rather than only when you happen to walk past a more distant bed. It's also worth understanding how to extend your overall lily bloom season by combining different types strategically. Because Asiatic lilies genuinely bloom earlier in summer, and Oriental lilies bloom somewhat later, planting a thoughtful mix of both types extends your garden's lily display across a considerably longer stretch of the season than relying on a single type alone would provide. Trumpet lilies, often blooming in that same later window as oriental varieties, can be woven in as well, specifically positioned as a dramatic backdrop. Given their genuinely impressive height, creating a layered succession of color and fragrance that carries your garden's lily display from early summer well into its later weeks, rather than concentrating everything into one brief, intense flush followed by weeks of bare green foliage waiting to be cut back. Before we go further, one genuinely important safety note deserves mention: true lilies are severely toxic to cats. Even small amounts of pollen, leaves, or vase water can cause acute kidney failure in cats, and can genuinely be fatal without prompt veterinary treatment. If you have cats, whether strictly indoor or ones that spend time outdoors, this is genuinely worth factoring into your planting decisions. Either choosing a different flower entirely, or planting lilies specifically in an area your cats genuinely cannot access. This warning doesn't apply to dogs in the same severe way, though lilies can still cause mild stomach upset in dogs and other pets if ingested. Now, let's talk about planting, since getting bulbs into the ground correctly genuinely sets the stage for years of reliable blooming. Plant lily bulbs in fall or early spring. At a depth of roughly 3 times the bulb's height, generally 6 to 8 inches deep depending on bulb size, in well-draining soil enriched with compost. Unlike tulips, true lily bulbs genuinely never go fully dormant the way many other bulbs do. They don't have a protective papery outer layer, meaning they're more vulnerable to drying out. If left unplanted for any length of time, plant them as soon as possible, after purchase, rather than letting them sit around. Now let's talk about light and temperature, because true lilies have genuinely specific preferences worth understanding. Lilies need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight daily to produce strong, upright stems and abundant blooms, though a bit of afternoon shade in genuinely hot southern climates helps protect blooms from fading too quickly in intense heat. A classic lily growing tip involves keeping the lower stem and root zone shaded by nearby lower growing plants, while allowing the flowering top to reach full sun, mimicking their natural woodland edge growing habit. As for temperature, most true lilies genuinely thrive across a wide range of USDA hardiness zones, generally 3 through 8 depending on the specific variety. And unlike some bulbs, they don't require the same extended, precise cold vernalization period tulips genuinely need, making them considerably more reliable perennializers across a broader swath of the country, including many warmer regions where tulips genuinely struggle to return. There's genuinely interesting scientific research behind why lilies produce such a powerful fragrance and why that fragrance affects us the way it does. Plant biology research has documented that lily fragrance comes from a complex blend of volatile organic compounds released specifically to attract long-distance pollinators, like moths and butterflies. The intensity and specific chemical composition varying meaningfully between Asiatic, Oriental, and trumpet types, which explains why Oriental lilies in particular carry such a noticeably stronger scent than their Asiatic relatives. Beyond the plant science, there's meaningful research on the specific psychological effects of floral fragrance. Studies in environmental psychology and aromatherapy have found that strong, sweet floral scents, lily fragrance specifically among those studied, are associated with measurable increases in reported feelings of calm and reduced perceived stress, meaning a bed of fragrant lilies near a patio or open window genuinely offers a documented sensory well-being benefit well beyond simple visual beauty. Watering correctly for lilies follows a genuinely straightforward, forgiving pattern once bulbs are established. Check soil moisture by pressing a finger about 2 inches into the soil. Watering deeply whenever it feels dry. Lilies genuinely prefer consistent moisture during their active spring and summer growing period, but they're also genuinely sensitive to standing water and poor drainage, which can quickly cause bulb rot, meaning well-draining soil matters just as much as adequate watering frequency. Water at the base of the plant rather than overhead. and reduce watering somewhat once blooming finishes and foliage begins its natural post-bloom decline, heading into fall dormancy. Fertilizing and pruning both play a genuine role in sustaining strong, reliable blooms year after year. A balanced fertilizer applied in early spring as growth emerges, then again once flower buds form, supports strong stem and bloom development. Avoid excessive nitrogen specifically, which tends to produce excessive leafy growth at the expense of the bulb's energy reserves. Pruning for lilies genuinely means deadheading. Spent blooms promptly to prevent the plant from wasting energy on seed production, but critically, and much like tulips, leaving the green stem and foliage fully intact until it has completely yellowed and died back naturally in fall. This foliage is actively feeding energy back down into the bulb to fuel next year's growth. Cutting it back prematurely genuinely weakens or eliminates the following summer's bloom, a mistake that trips up beginners with lilies just as often as it does with tulips. Even with generally forgiving care, beginners occasionally run into a few common lily problems. So let's troubleshoot the most frequent ones. If your lily produced healthy stems and leaves but few or disappointing blooms, this often traces back to insufficient sunlight, or, occasionally to cutting back the previous year's foliage too early. Correcting either factor typically restores stronger blooming the following season. If you notice bright red beetles on your lilies, this is almost certainly the lily leaf beetle, a genuinely destructive pest that has spread across much of the eastern United States. In particular, hand-picking visible beetles and checking the undersides of leaves for their distinctive orange egg clusters remains one of the most effective non-chemical control methods. Bugs, since these beetles can genuinely defoliate a lily plant quickly if left unchecked. If your lily stems flop over before or during bloom, tall varieties like trumpet lilies genuinely benefit from a simple stake inserted at planting time, before the bulb's roots fully establish, rather than added later, once the stem is already tall and top-heavy with blooms. And if you notice your lily's blooms becoming smaller and less vibrant over several years, despite otherwise good care, this can genuinely indicate a viral infection. Lily mosaic virus specifically causes this kind of gradual decline and is unfortunately not treatable. Affected bulbs should genuinely be removed and destroyed, rather than composted, to prevent the virus from spreading to healthy plants nearby. Dividing your lily bulbs every 3 to 4 years genuinely keeps established plantings vigorous and blooming abundantly rather than becoming overcrowded and gradually declining in flower size. Dig up bulb clumps in fall once foliage has died back, gently separate individual bulbs, and replant them with adequate spacing. This simple periodic task genuinely rejuvenates an aging lily bed, and also gives you free bulbs to expand your planting or share with fellow gardeners. What makes learning to grow true lilies correctly such a genuinely rewarding skill for beginners is the combination of dramatic visual impact, genuine fragrance, and reliable year-after-year performance once you understand their specific needs. Particularly that critical foliage preservation habit, shared with other spring and summer bulbs. Few garden flowers deliver quite the same striking height, color, and scent for such genuinely modest ongoing effort once properly established. So this fall or spring, plant a handful of true lily bulbs in a sunny, well-draining spot, remembering their specific needs, careful placement away from any curious cats, adequate sun, and patience with fading foliage after bloom. You'll likely find that few garden investments reward you with quite the same dramatic, fragrant summer display, returning bigger and better with each passing year, a genuine payoff for the modest effort involved in getting the basics right from the very start. If you love learning about seasonal flowering plants, vegetables, gardening tips, and nature care, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature Nurture Hub, your home for year-round garden inspiration. Let's keep growing together.